Hello. Hello, Instagram and YouTube Live. Happy Thursday afternoon. Happy full moon. Hi, Brush. Yo, yo. Okay, got a flow in the mix for you today, this Thursday afternoon. Any requests? If you're interested, feel free to throw them up on the screen before I go join you in a seat, or before you get cozy on a seat. Let me know how your bodies are feeling. Hello. Hip opening, okay. Definitely have some like warrior two, front hip combo stuff. And yeah, we'll get in there, hips today. We've been focusing a lot, if you've taken my classes through the week or on YouTube this past week, the upper back and body. So yeah, we can bring it down the trunk and to the waist. Okay. So if you want to head to your mat and get comfortable in a seat, we'll begin there. And you know, saying get comfortable in a seat might not apply. You might feel very uncomfortable in a seat. Yeah. So feel free to rest in a position. You could even have your legs out long for a moment or so. Especially if crossing your ankles does a lot of this to you. If that's the case, let yourself sit up on a rolled blanket or a stiff couch cushion or pillow. And then while we're seated here, just gonna rock your weight across your sitting bones, across your glutes, and get a sense for this lower waist and your hip space here at the front. And if that's feeling a little tight, you'll notice, I'm sure. If it's feeling loose, you'll notice. And then just pause when you feel a sense of balance across your seat, and then just begin to lift through the crown of the head, picking up the spine, maybe leaning into the backs of your shoulder blades just a little bit, and then picking up the front of the armpit without shoving the ribs forwards. And then go ahead and start to gaze up and then close the eyes and continue gazing slightly upwards towards that third eye space, the center of the eyebrows, or even slightly higher today. And you might feel your eyelids flicker a little bit. And then bring your hands into a mudra, Gyan Mudra, taking your pointer fingers and thumbs, closing them, making a little circle. And then rest the open palms on your knees if you can. If that doesn't fit, you can open your hands to the sky, or you can rest them like that in your lap. And taking the gaze inwards and upwards, letting yourself feel awakened. Notice how when you invite that word in, how do you feel? Scanning the whole body. Feeling that sense of lift while also allowing the release downwards. So you come into balance. And then just breathing slowly through both nostrils, get a sense of your natural and normal rhythm of breath. And then we'll invite in what's called positive breath or positive breathing for a few rounds here. Taking slow inhale all the way up through both nostrils, and imagining yourself fill with total vitality and prana and life force. Let yourself feel illumined and enlightened. And when you have the breath, then you're going to hold the breath. You can close the nostrils with the right hand. Let the thumb and the ring finger close the nose. Gently lift the pelvic floor as you draw your chin towards your chest. And then when you're ready to exhale, you'll open the right nostril and quietly exhale while you lift the head. When you're ready to inhale again, you'll release the right hand. Slowly breathe in and hold the breath in. Take the fingers and close the nostril while you lift the pelvic floor and close the throat, chin towards chest. Feel a sense of upwards, holding up prana, feeling nice and bright. And when you have to exhale, open the right nostril, quietly exhale and lift the head. Two more rounds, inhaling through both nostrils. Feeling yourself lift. Close, lift pelvic floor. Close the chin to chest. Exhale quietly from the right nostril. Last round on your own. Breathe in through both nostrils and out through both nostrils. Start to open your eyes, close up your knees. And then come onto your back, knees to chest. Holding your shins. And just letting the whole back body root down. And taking with you that sense of positivity that we just generated, radiating the prana through the body. Can you give yourself just a little smile here? One more breath. Start to rock back and forth. Use the legs to help generate the action, but also rock from your navel center. If the back and forth doesn't necessarily fit, you can always let yourself rock around side to side, whatever works there. We'll meet in ragdoll at the top of the mat. Go on and set up your feet. Maybe they're a little bit wider than hips width distance apart today. Let's start with a generous bend in the knees, and then send the calves forwards, and then press your low back up to the sky. We'll take the hands, bring them behind the legs today as you release the head. Go on and slide up, tracing the backs of the legs. And then when your hands get to your hips, interlace your fingers at your heart, push them forward, take them up. So the tops of the hands are down and the palms are up. We'll inhale slowly here, and the exhale will be a sh sound, S-H. As much as you can give until all of the breath is gone. We'll take 3. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Stretching the belly, and then exhale down into the feet. Last round. And then take your hands to your heart and release your arms away. Open the fingers, palms to the ceiling. One breath here. On the exhale, sit into a chair. Press the heels, lift the inner thighs. Start to lift the arms, inhale. And exhale, fold over the legs. So pick the pelvis up, drop the head in and down. Press into your big toes, ripple the spine forward with your inhale. Come to hands and knees, follow your exhale. Inhale and open the right arm to the sky. As you exhale, push your right hip back and down to the left. And then the right hand's going to reach back towards the right foot. As you inhale next, lean into your right leg, sweep your left arm in front of the chest, up and open into a half camel. And then as you exhale, hips to the left arm sweeps back to the front of the mat. Right arm inhale, open up, come onto the knees. As you exhale, weave the right arm underneath you. Bring the shoulder head down. And just adjusting your hips here. If there's a little bit of a lean, that's okay. You're just honoring your body. But see if you can give the hips a little counter to the right. One more breath here. And slowly exhale. Start to press into your left hand to release the right arm. Lift it up, circle it back, and place it down. Okay, left arm opens to the ceiling with an inhale. As you exhale, push your hips back into the right. Start to reach your left arm back to the left leg, sorry about that. So hips to the right, left arm opens to the left foot. And then inhale, sweep your right arm across as you lift onto the shins over the body. And then exhale, close it down. Right hand out to the right side. Inhale and open up the left arm. And exhale, weave the left arm underneath the right and down. Take a couple breaths here, hugging the hips in. One more breath. Press into your right hand so you can unwind the left. Inhale up. And exhale, bring it to the floor. Place the hands. Start to walk your knees back a little bit. Hug your inner thighs. Lift the pubic bone. Feel a pull forward of your chest. And then lift your heart a bit. Bend your elbows, come down. From here, press into your big toe and your first toe. Ignite the legs, pull the spine forward. Let's sweep the arms back and then rock or roll the wrists. And then bring your forearms to the floor. Press into the tops of your feet and float your pelvis off of the mat. Hug your thighs, pull your tailbone back. One more breath. And then bring your pelvis back down. Pull up through Sphinx pose, heart forward. And then replace your elbows with your hands, Cobra pose. One more in breath. And then travel to downward facing dog. Walking out through the legs. Let your hips sway side to side. Pedal through, one knee bends at a time. Last breath here. And out. Even if the heels aren't down on the floor, that's okay. See if you can feel a sense of the whole bottom of your foot spreading out, just as your palms are spreading to support you here. Take 2 more breaths. Bend the knees, looking to the hands. Travel to the top of the mat. Go on and lengthen the heart forward. We'll pause in the halfway Press and rise all the way up. Interlace your fingers, press the hands to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, shush, S-H. Hands to heart. And then bring your legs together for chair. Find your depth. And then reach your spine, lift your chest, anchor those heels. One more breath. And then with the exhale, lean into your right foot and lift up your left knee. And then sit back down onto chair. Inhale, breath. And then pick up your right knee, stand tall, exhale. Step back into chair. From chair, warrior two, step your left leg back, swing your left arm open. Inhale. As you exhale, close it back at the top of the mat, left foot steps in. Inhale, right leg steps back, warrior two. Stay with the exhale. One more breath. Follow the exhale, close the right foot at the top of the mat. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale to forward fold. Trickle the spine forward. Travel to downward facing dog. So coming to your high plank. Pausing, feeling a sense of the utilization of your legs nice and strong. Lowering to belly. If you're with me for cobra, big toes, middle toe or second toe, heart lifts. And then back to downward facing dog. Lift up the belly as you press your hips back. Spread out the hands, spread out the feet. One more breath. And slowly exhale. Step the feet to the top of the mat. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale, fold. Press to rise one more time. Interlace the fingers with the opposite pointer finger on top if you can. Tall spine, strong arms, lifts, inhale. SH breath. Hands to heart. Sit into chair with the inhale. Exhale, step the left foot back into warrior two, open up. From here, this time we'll turn the right toes in, five-pointed star. Exhale, warrior two at the back of your mat. Turn your left toes out. Inhale, five-pointed star back to the middle. Exhale, warrior two at the top of the mat. This time, reverse your warrior. Lengthen your right waist. Send the tailbone forward, heart back. One more breath. Hands to the floor. Let's adjust the left leg so it's strong and straight back out behind us. And then bring that left knee down to the mat. From here, lean back for a moment. Start to press into your toes with your right foot. So keeping the toes down today instead of up. One more breath. And then back into your Anjaneyasana. Untuck your back toes. Dig into the big toe and start to pull up through the heart. Ignite your left glute. Hips forward. Chest rises. One more breath. And as you exhale, bring the hands to the floor. Pick up your back leg, high plank, and then travel to down dog. Slow breath in, spread out the hands, spread out the feet. Last breath. And out. Travel to your hands at the top of the mat. Lengthen the spine. And fold. Rise all the way up. Interlace again. Lift the arms. SH breath. Chair. One more inhale. On the exhale, right foot steps open, warrior two. Turn the the feet in, 5-pointed star, inhale. Warrior 2 at the back of the mat. So follow the turn of the toes to lift and roll the thigh, to wrap the outer hip. Back through the middle, 5-pointed star. And then warrior 2, top of the mat. Left toes forward. Let's reverse the warrior up and back. Send the tailbone forward, lift the belly up, lift the heart. One more breath. And hands to floor. Step out your right foot a little bit so it's not in the way or it's not crossing over your left side. Bring the knee down. From here, straighten out. Just send your hips back, heart stays forward. Left leg is long-ish. Doesn't have to be perfect. Press your toes into the mat. And then pull yourself forward. Untuck your back toes. Dig into that big toe, second toe, and then hips forward, hands up, Anjaneyasana. Belly up, right glute strong. One more breath. Hands to floor. Lift the back leg up. Come to your high plank pose. Spread the heart out. Cobra, upward facing, strong press. Use those thighs to downward facing dog. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. One more inhale. And exhale. Let's stay back here now. We'll lift the right leg to the ceiling. Press through that heel. Press through the arch in the middle of the foot. One more breath. Swing the leg. Step between the hands. Triangle pose. Let's lift up first. Adjust your back leg. Press into your right foot. As the heart comes forward, the right thigh lifts up. Right hand down. One more breath. Exhale, bend the right knee, release the left hand, bring the knee to the floor. We'll take Anjaneyasana, coming up. Lean back into the hips, twist your navel to the right, bring your hands to your heart. From here, bend from your upper spine, bring the left elbow down, and then lift the heart and turn. Still utilize your back big toe, so the left big toe is pressing, heart reaches up and away. One more inhale. And slowly exhale, unwind. Hands to floor. Pick up your back leg, warrior 2. Rise it up. Take up space. Reverse your warrior. And hands to floor. High plank pose to downward facing dog. Slow breath in between. If you need a release, if you start to get stuck in your breath, just continue with that shh, SH breath. Relax the diaphragm. Left leg to the sky when you're ready. Pick up the glute. Press through the heel in the center of your left arch. One more breath. And then swing the foot through, step it down. Come up for a triangle. Start to lengthen your thighs. Take up as much space between your heels as you need. Anchor your left big toe. Thigh lifts, heart forward, arms wide. Take up space across your upper back. My favorite shape. Just feeling the extension of your legs as well as your spine. So using the navel to support you, big, tall. One more breath. And bend the knee and close it down. Bring the right knee to the floor. Start to lean back into the Anjaneyasana. And then turn the navel to the left, hands to the heart. So try to twist without shoving your hips forward. Turn around your ribs. One more breath. And release the hands to the mat. Lift up the back leg, come on up, warrior two. And then reverse your warrior. And cartwheel the hands to the floor. High plank pose. And travel to downward facing dog. A slow breath in. A slow breath out. You want to travel to your hands at the top of the mat. Maybe you take a quick hop. Really bending the knees. Closing down the stance. And just lifting the bum up. Strong sweet arms up. And then step it forward and fold. This fold, go on and hook your opposite elbows with your hands. Continue to hang in the head. And this pose makes me think of really releasing the ego. It's almost like allowing the ego to just roll right off the back, allowing any of your self-dialogue to roll right off, and just shake off the head, and allow yourself to be present, unbothered by the rest of what's going on. One more breath. We'll start to lift the heart slowly. Bring the big toes together and then drop into chair. Arms come up, inhale. Exhale. One more breath. With the exhale, warrior two, left leg steps back. Inhale up, 5-pointed star. And this time with the exhale, spin your left toes out, but then roll your right toes up and come into Skandasana. So your low side lunge. Hands to heart. Keep flexing through that right thigh. You can lean away or you can lean more neutral. One more breath. We'll meet in warrior two at the top of the mat. So go on and lift up, adjust your legs, find your stance. And then high crescent lunge, close the left thigh down, lift the left arm up, spin the hips to the top of the mat, and then hands through heart, revolve to the right. As you do so, keep pressing strongly back through your left big toe and heel. Staying here or begin to float in and lift up. Press your left heel to the ceiling. Keep a little bend in your right knee. Wrap this right thigh back. Belly forward. Strong through that right heel. And then we'll stand all the way up, right leg on fire. Lift the right thigh as soon as you get there. And then just take the knee up and out and down a few times. You can let the heel kind of swing in. And then catch the ankle, set up your tree pose. Right foot into the left thigh. 2 more breaths. Lift the arms up slowly. Lift the right knee. Center it. Take your eagle, right thigh around to the left, or your figure 4, right ankle crosses over the left thigh. If you have your wrap, right elbow under, you might start to sit down, but then hug in through your midline. Feel all of the sense of locking into the shape, but still able to breathe. Last 2. Unwind. Lift up strong. Feet are together. Start to lift onto your toes, pop your heels. And then release the heels down, hands to heart. Chair pose. So slowly beginning the second side. Take your time here. Next inhale. And then exhale, swing your right leg back, warrior two. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, the right toes turn out, we sink down, left toes up, Skandasana. This can be really deep for the inner groin or the hamstring. You can always bend your inner knee. Another breath or two, and then it's warrior two at the top of the mat. Lifting up slowly, adjusting the legs. Take a reverse warrior. And then warrior two to high crescent. So we're going to close down the front right thigh. Lift the right arm up. And then hands to heart. Now we're revolving with the right knee up off of the floor. Hug your left big toe in. Roll the heart. Press your left heel. For that balance, start to walk your right leg in if you need to. Stay in your revolved shape. Your right hand might come down, and you'll just float. But see if you can keep a little drop in your left thigh, heel towards sitting bone, right heel flexes to the ceiling. Come up when you're ready. Lift your left knee. Roll the thigh out a few times and in, let the heel swing. And then catch that ankle, place the foot for tree. Give yourself a few rounds of breath. Harness your middle. Balance, press down into your right foot. Feel a sense of the prana rising back up. Lift your left thigh when you're ready. Take it across the right thigh for eagle, or left ankle over the right thigh. Left arm will come under in your wrap. Gently squeeze all of the points of contact together. Gently lift the pelvic floor. See if you can also feel the soft palate of your mouth lifting towards your skull. Last breath. Unravel, stand tall. Lift the arms up, lift your heels, lift the inner ankles. And as you exhale, we'll swing the right foot out. Let's step into a little goddess pose. I want you to lengthen your low back. Pull the front of your hips back, lift your heart up. Let's bring the arms out, and then just bend the elbows to kind of match and mimic the knees. And from here, press your heels and move your ribs side to side. So as I press my left heel, my right rib moves over. As I press my right heel, my left ribs move over. Finding a sense of crossing over the body as well as isolation. And then we're going to lean left elbow to left thigh. Keep dropping your waist, lifting your heart, and then slide both arms apart until your left fingertips are on the floor. Hug your sitting bones in, lift your belly, lean back. Last breath. Press your feet, stand up, suck your thighs up, straighten your legs, wiggle your hips. Let's bring that back out. So you don't have to sit too low. I'll try to show it from the side. So if you're way down, it could cause more arching and like more sending of your pelvis, kind of funny. So just sink. Just sink. Spread your back out. Hips back so you feel the strength of your abdominals working with you here. And a space here, all here. Arms out. And once again, just a little bit of movement to release. Right and left, press the heels. And then we'll lean the right elbow to the right thigh. Notice if you do that, if it causes you to throw your butt out, tuck your sitting bone in. Tailbone forward, belly back, heart up. Open the arms, spread, hug the heels, tailbone forward, belly back, heart up. Lean back, one more breath. And up. Woo. Turn your toes in, press your heels back. Lift your thighs. Take your hands interlace, push them up. Inhale. Show breath, SH. Change the interlace of your fingers. One more time. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, SH. Hands through heart. We want to begin to bowl over your legs. Walk the hands forward. Bring your weight towards the center of your arches. And then press your feet down so your arches lift up. A sense of enlivening your shin bones. And fold to whatever degree works for you. If you have an inversion practice and you're wanting to get upside down, we have about 10 breaths here for you to explore that safely, securing your shoulder blades and your shoulder girdle and using the right amount of pressure on the crown of your head. If you're with me, just keep dropping the spine down and imagining the backs of your legs growing long. Okay. As you start to lift up, bring your heart forward. If you're inverting, just lower down, shake your head slowly. Let's take the left hand underneath the chest and start to drape or lift the right elbow to the sky. You'll start to probably lean all your weight into your right hip. So then I'm going to have you bend your left knee and hug your right hip towards your left hip. Pull the heart forward. And release through the middle. Lift the heart up again. Right hand about underneath the chest or the face. Start to lift the left elbow and then open the arm. You start to lean to your left. Go on and bend your right knee. Hug your left hip towards your right and then pull your heart forward. Very active, this posture. Feel the sense of using gravity and using the floor. And then release your center. Come all the way up slowly. And step to the front of the mat. Inhale to chair. As we exhale, we'll step the left foot back into lunge. Inhale, arms rise up. And as we exhale, half moon pose. Right hand down, left thigh to the sky. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, stepping close into chair at the top of the mat. Inhale. Right side, exhale, step it back, lunge. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, half moon pose. Press into the left thigh, lift the heart. Warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, chair, close it down and step the right foot in, top of the mat. Full breath in. And as we come down into our bum, sit all the way as low as you can. And then grab for the feet. Lift the knees to the chest. Lift the heart up a bit. And then just start to take the calves parallel to the floor. See if you can offer a sense of opening across the upper back. And then let your knees wing out. Bring your feet together, heels in as you lean forward into Baddha Konasana. Reach the arms in front of you if that feels okay. If this is super aggravating for your hip flexors or the front of your waist, bring your heels further away from your groins. And then if you can, let your head droop down. Last 3 breaths. Maybe begin to soften the elbows and slide them back. As we begin to roll up the spine, squeeze the knees back towards the chest, lift the feet, let's catch the big toes with the peace sign fingers. Now, know that if holding your toes for this doesn't work, you can bring your hands and rest them behind your back here. If you have those big toes, play with first lifting both shins parallel to the floor, and then pressing through the center arch of your right foot, and then your left foot, lifting your crown up, and then offering your shoulders back. From here, bring your big toes together, release your hands, and bring your hands to your heart. Lift up, press back, we'll slowly, slowly lower just the upper body. Heels will come up slowly. Pull your toes towards your face as much as you can. And then thrust those heels away. Press your big toes together. Press the low back and the belly down into the floor. And we'll hold for 3. For 2. For 1. Bend your knees back to where we started. Apanasana, give the thighs a little hug. Feel your spine release. Feel your thigh bones settle into the pelvis. Deepen the breath. And then let's take a twist. Bring your knees over to one side. Once you arrive there, offer some awakening and some space to the pelvic floor, the low belly. And then shimmy the lung and rib space that's on the floor up away from the waist. And then roll the back of the heart down. One more breath. Draw your knees through the middle, roll onto your back. And then let the knees fall to the second side. Create some space in the pelvic floor and the low belly. And then take the lung and the rib space on the floor and shimmy it away, just make it longer. And then roll the back of the heart down. Last breath in and out. And then shift on to the back. Okay. From the back, we'll come into bridge pose in a moment or so. First, let your pelvis settle. Let your feet spread out on the floor. Adjust your shoulder blades onto the spine so you feel a little lift of your heart already. And then start to bring your hands by your hips, press into the feet. Squeeze the glutes a little bit. Press into the arms and wrap the outer arms under. Maybe you bind. Three more breaths. Unbind the arms, bring your back to the floor, and knock the knees right and left, gently pressing the big toe as it rolls into the floor and pressing through the inner knee. Okay. Rocking up into a seat. Take your left shin down and bring your right knee over. Pause here. Take a few breaths. Hug your outer thigh bones or the backs of the hip sockets under. Lift the heart. And then begin to hug the right knee towards the left. Adjust your seat. Lean back or fold forward. As you fold forward, keep a gentle pressure down through the outer ankles and pinky edges of your feet. Press through the back of the heart if you're leaning forward. Lean back. Unhook your right leg. Take your left leg out. Bring your right shin down and just cross the ankle over the knee for a moment. Find your seat. Both sitting bones might not be down in this shape, that's okay, but try and just lengthen your waist equally as best as possible. And then you'll slowly slide, and you can move the flesh of your calf out of the way to make that more feasible, the left knee across the right. Wrap your seat under, lift the pelvic floor, maybe lean forward. Keep a gentle press down through the legs. And then press through the back of the heart if you're leaning forward. Lift the chest up and uncross the legs. From here, we'll move into squat pose. Both heels down, lift the bum up. You might come all the way up at first if that's what you're needing to then draw down. Think sitting bones towards heels today energetically and pull the heels towards the sitting bones and then the hands in prayer, Anjali Mudra at your heart. With the inhale, let's once again, like the start of class, imagine this gathering of prana from the earth and from the room around us. A sense of vitality, of life and aliveness. With the exhale, gently lift the pelvic floor. A sense of retaining the prana in our physical form. Feel yourself grow full and light. One more Sit back, extend the legs forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, Paschimottanasana as you reach for your ankles or your toes. Suck the thighs back, hips wide, come down. Can you imagine the sides of your waist, your right side, your left side, as well as the space behind your kidneys just spreading out as you bring your heart forward? And if you're not all the way forward, that's okay. It can look like a slow lean, tall spine, heart lifts, spread out the kidney space and your waist. Slowly come up, lean back. Place your hands on the floor as best you can. Lift the armpits, press your sitting bones down. Breathe into the heart. Closing the eyes, fill yourself with gratitude. And as we come down to rest, if you'd like today, I'm going to take fetal position on my right side. So swinging your legs back, you could lower down and hold the head or rest it on your arms. If you're on your back, just extend your limbs. If you're in a seat, just tall spine, but maybe a little more slack so you feel restful and less alert. And just allowing yourself to be held here quietly for a few moments together. Maybe allowing the pulse of your heart rhythm to soothe you, or the sound of your breath to just really pull you in, but then spread yourself out. Really release through the practice by way of your physical body. And then just begin to feel the air around you. Begin to notice any sounds beyond my voice. And perhaps blinking the eyes open and just observing your room or your space. And then moving through the fingers and the toes. If you're on your back, slowly coming to one side. If you're on your side, slowly lifting up. Making your way towards a seated position. And just allowing yourself to be with how you're feeling right now. And if there are any areas that are sort of left undone, can you just fill them with conscious breath and allow yourself to feel even more full? Allow this practice to feel even more complete. And then just invite in that humble release of the things that don't serve you. And a gentle releasing of the ego's need for more. And if the eyes shut again, go on and open them. Let's sweep the arms up slowly together. Go on and look to your ceiling. And just imagine a big bright sky. And then gather at your heart center with your hands. A little bow to yourself in total appreciation, gratitude, love. Thanking your body for your practice. And being gentle with your mind. And may you feel just full of spirit. So wonderful having you with me this afternoon. Namaste. Oh, and if you are outside, you did get a sky. Beautiful. I'm about to see some soon as well. Thank you, Jamie. So glad you could make it in such a short time getting home. And thank all of you. You're welcome, Brosh. Thanks, Flex and Flow. Thanks, Instagram. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your, is it Thursday? I keep thinking it's Friday. Hi, Lindsay. Glad you joined. A beautiful rest of your Thursday. Oh, hi, Haley. So nice to have you. Yeah, and then just enjoy. We're going to have some heat coming, and I can't wait to be out in it. So take care. Be kind to yourselves. Bye.